Morning everyone. So I'm just going to really quickly run you through the timesheet licenses. It's really nice and simple. What we're looking at here is a simple web page which you can log on to, and you can have that sat on your desktop if you want to as well. You can use that on your laptop, on an iPad, obviously on a computer as well. Another thing that's really useful is you'll also have your own apps, so you can just download an app, whether it's an Android or whether it's an iPhone, that's absolutely fine, and you'll be able to log your time through there. You'll also be able to look at any activities, so things like phone calls, emails, meetings that you want to log against each job. And you'll also be able to see a calendar, so what you need to do in either the days to come or weeks to come. So you can see here on the dashboard, we have on the left hand side a timesheet summary. So this is what's required, the hours that are required. So you'll have chargeable hours, you'll also have non-chargeable hours. So that's time for things like any internal jobs and things like admin meetings, phone calls, any traveling involved. On the right-hand side, we've got the calendar summary. So what's going to happen is people are going to be scheduling time through a full user license to each of your calendars, so that will show up each morning of what you need to do on what jobs. You can obviously get more detail on that by actually clicking on this calendar icon here. If you hover over that, you can see all of the information required, and you can actually click onto that, and this icon here will show you any activities. So again, any phone calls, there may be some notes on there, there may be a briefing document attached as well. So we've got attachments here. Okay, now when it comes to actually recording your time, like I said, you can use an app if you want to, or you can use this web access. Now, I'm going to show the weekly timesheet because I believe this to be the kind of nicest, quickest, easiest way to do it. So if I select my weekly timesheet, what will happen is, because Heckford will probably be using the calendar bookings, you will have this area populated with everything that you've been scheduled. Now, if you need to add any jobs at any time, that's absolutely fine. All you need to do is select add job, and I would usually just put the job number in. That's the kind of quickest way. Alternatively, you can just search there. If it's an internal job, it may be that you need to search your internal client and your internal job, which will have things like meetings populated within that job bag. Okay, so when recording time, you can either use this timer here and just select the timer, start doing your work. If you need to pause it, that's fine. Once you've finished, if you just stop that time, it will show you how much time is recorded. I've got mine set to 15-minute slots at the minute. I think you can reduce that to something like 6 minutes or probably even lower. Okay, if I select this button, that's now posted. Alternatively, at the end of the day, or as you're going, you can say, I did 3 hours on this job and I did, say, 6 hours on this job. If you need to, you can also write any notes on that job there. So any notes that you require, you can add to each of the time recordings that you're recording. Okay. So it's as simple as that. If anybody has any questions regarding, things that you can do, things that you can't do, please do ask Mark, and I'm sure he'll pass those questions on to me. And thanks very much.